Today we're leaving Kerrville. We've been here for 3 weeks. It was the perfect spot for us to stop. We got a lot done here.
We got all the to-dos on our list done and then some.
We'll give you the short version. We got all our stuff done.
Exactly, you don't need to hear all of it. So yeah, like he said, today we are moving on. We're still heading towards Big Bend National Park. So March is the busiest month for Big Bend. It's spring break. So if you haven't made your reservations months in advance, you're unlikely to get in unless you snag a cancellation, which is exactly how we got in.
Yeah. We found a really cool website, and I'm sure others know about it already, but if you don't, it's called Wandering Labs, and hopefully they don't mind us talking about it. But if you are last minute planners like we are and you need a place in a state park or national park, you put in the date range that you want to be there, and it will alert you when there's a cancellation.
We've actually used it twice now, for the Airstream rally and then for Big Bend, and it has saved our butts both times. Right. You know, we don't like to plan that far in advance. We don't want to have a reservation set 2 months in advance, for the most part. There are some things that are inevitable, like the Albuquerque Balloon Festival. You have to be there during the fiesta. Right. But for the stuff that doesn't have set dates, then we like to kind of be able to...
We like to wing it in case we want to change things up.
Exactly. So this website has saved us the couple of times that we've wanted to get in places that are booked far in advance.
Yeah, it works really great, so check it out.
Yep, so today we are continuing to head west in the direction of Big Bend. Our reservation isn't for another week, but we're gonna keep heading in that direction another couple hundred miles anyways. And we don't have a campground set yet.
Nothing yet, but we'll figure it out, and we'll probably make a few stops between here and the park.
The key is staying in cell service. You get too close to Big Bend and you lose all cell service. So we have to stay far enough away that the cell service is still there, but we're trying to get as close as possible. So when the day comes to move into the park, it's a short drive and we're able to get there and start enjoying it right away.
Right.
So that's our plan, and that's where we're headed. We ended up in Fort Stockton, which was about 4 hours west of Kerrville. This was the last town that had real grocery stores. They have a Walmart here, so this is our stop for provisioning. We're here for a couple of nights and then moving further south. So while in Big Bend, we won't have electric hookup. We can still run our fridge on propane and the cooktop on propane, but we won't be able to use the microwave or the oven. So we're having to keep that in mind with our food. So we've got easy things to make, like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, cereal and milk. We've got hot dogs and hamburgers. But then we also pre-made some stuff that can just be heated up on the stovetop. So we've got, we made some spaghetti. So we can fry up spaghetti for dinner a couple of nights. And we also cooked a ton of chicken and shredded it up. And the thinking there is that we will make quesadillas. We've got the cheese and the tortillas, and with some chicken, I think we'll be eating quesadillas for a few nights. And you can use chicken in anything. So yeah, that's our plan. We're trying to think ahead and be as prepared as possible. The closer you get to Big Bend, the more remote it is. So they'll have little little small stores, but they say don't expect or plan to provision for the entire time you're there from those stores. They can help supplement if you run out of bread or something, but you should try to get the majority of your shopping done before you get to that area. So that's what we've done. Texas, staying at the Marathon Motel and Campground. I really like this place. I could spend some more time here. We're here for 3 nights. It's still about an hour outside of Big Bend National Park, but it's the last town that you can get good Verizon
coverage.
Coverage in before you get to the park. So this is our last stop. Well, not exactly our last stop before going into the park, but almost. Almost there.
It's our last stop that has cellular service before we get to the park. About 8 miles from the park, you start losing coverage. We're about an hour from the park. So.
We're here for 3 nights, using the cell coverage and working and doing everything we need to do before the weekend comes. This is a big star watching area. They have actually rules that you're not allowed to have
close your shades, turn your lights off at night so they can view the stars. So there's no light pollution.
Right.
We got invited on the 15th to come back. They're going to have a huge star party, bands, and they're going to break out all the telescopes. They actually have their own observatory here. It's like a little dome, and then they have another building where the roof completely comes off. Just all kinds of cool stuff.
I was really surprised at this place. I don't know how well you can see, but they've got this really beautiful courtyard with lush green grass in the middle of the desert. I mean, in our experience so far, the desert's been a pretty unforgiving, unfriendly place.
All kinds of stuff that just wants to kill you.
Lots of thorns, dust, and rocks. So to have this little oasis in the middle of the desert is really nice. So I'm enjoying it. We're enjoying our 3 nights here and our last bit of cell phone coverage.
We are here at Stillwell General Store and RV Park. I don't even think this place we're at has a name. The town has a name. It's really in the middle of nowhere. We are, I don't know, roughly 5 or 6 miles from the entrance to the national park. And we're gonna stay here one night and possibly try tomorrow to get a boondocking spot in the park. If not, we'll probably end up here 2 nights. This place isn't like 5-star accommodations. I'm sure you can see behind me here. It's basically a big sand lot. It's 22 bucks a night, which is pretty cheap, and it has spectacular scenery all around us. I don't know if it's gonna come out on the film, but it's just the mountain ranges all around us, the desert in between. It's just absolutely beautiful. If you're liking our videos, please give us a thumbs up, and if you want to follow along on our adventures, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.